This is really in the plot synopsis. Told by the director that the scholarship will only go to whichever student dazzles him. I feel like that's not ethical.
I say that all the time. If I ever came into money, I would have a scholarship fund, but it would just be for I was like, write an essay, but you have to fucking wow me personally.
Yeah, like impress me alone. Just me.
Sit in the office, they come in. I have one question for you. Dazzle me.
And they're like, that's a statement, and you go, you're in.
Welcome to Oops All Segments, the best podcast hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I'm your host, Kevin.
I'm your other host, Thomas, and today we are here with friend, musician, improviser in Chicago, Andrew Baldwin. Hello, Andrew.
Hey, oh man, this is a great time to find out that we're friends. Nice.
I've been waiting for Thomas to introduce me as his friend for years.
Yep,
so.
Me, my co-host / acquaintance, and my good friend, Andrew.
Oh, man.
You'll get there someday.
I am hoping. Andrew, we usually start the show with a check-in. How are you doing, buddy?
Oh, I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
Good and tired.
Yeah, I don't think I've not introduced myself as tired. I think for a year.
Wow. Have you ever been not tired throughout the last 365 days?
Oh, God, I don't think so.
Do you think, and this is not an accusation, Andrew, but do you think there's a little part of like our modern hustle culture where it's kind of like a flex to say you're tired? Like it's like, I've just been grinding too damn hard, you know?
Oh, I think 100% that is true, but that is not me. This is me. It's kind of like, you know, when you're gonna bring up something to like your friends or you're doing a school project and you go, so I'm not feeling good and this isn't gonna be very good. That's my I'm tired.
Right.
Not to precursor this.
Out for
yeah, they'll be like, well, Andrew wasn't that great. It's like, well, he was tired.
Yeah. Also, don't worry, the podcast is never good. So there's not like a risk that we could fall from grace. Like we haven't done a funny one yet. We don't intend to.
The benefit is it can always go up from here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's the good thing. I understand. I think you're right, actually, Thomas, that there is a flex to like sort of performatively being tired, whether or not you sincerely are. I think like as somebody who is often burning the candle at both ends, it is like one of the benefits is that people often give you grace and are like, well, he's quite overworked, you see. So
yeah. This
nice
is
to. Yeah,
this isn't like a cool hustle thing. Again, it's just I am genuinely tired. And from stupidity, it was just like, oh, man, Andrew shouldn't have stayed up till 2 playing Kingdom Hearts again.
Sure. Yeah.
Yes. Like, are you playing Kingdom Hearts right now?
I like started it and then stopped for no reason. And then I was like, I should start it again. And I was like, you know, like when you're in a flow of like a story game and then you stop and you try to pick it up, you're like, I didn't forget what I did, but I'm just not in it. Now I need to start it over.
I'm less invested now. Yeah, this is the same reason. This is what my dad used to tell me when he didn't want me to take a year off before going to university. He was like, I once put down Donkey Kong Country and I never went back. Yeah, I never found that. That
is a thing, though. I definitely have had games where it like stresses me out because there's too much story and I know if I stop, I'll forget. And I find game story much more stressful than gameplay because I have to like pay attention in a different way.
Yeah, you're like, oh wait, I don't know if I was properly invested in this character. Like I feel way worse when I like mistake one video game character for another character in the same game because they didn't do like a good enough job designing them differently. And I feel way worse about that than I do about like fucking up a level. So, you know, because all NPCs look alike to me. So.
And then sometimes, you know, you just hit a point where like, I'm watching The Last of Us. I was like, oh, I want to play this. So I just arbitrarily started the last time I played it, like a year or something ago.
And you're in like the middle of some random mission.
I'm in the middle of a random mission that's well past the midpoint of the game, and I was just like, I don't have the reflexes of someone that's been playing this for half of the game.
I'm not good enough for this.
So
you load up the game and Joel is pointing a gun at a nest, and you're like, whoa, this is like the climax.
Yeah, it was just like, but honestly though, it was a nice way to ease back in.
Yeah.
Here's a question, and this is sort of spoilers for the show, but I've been thinking about this lately. Kevin brought up the Last of Us show a couple episodes ago.
I did.
I think
it's very good.
that much like what happened with Daenerys in Game of Thrones, viewers, especially who haven't played the games, are going to have a really hard time with the ending of The Last of Us 1. Because I think Pedro Pascal is very likable. People are not like expecting that turn that's so kind of dark and unpleasant. And I'm curious. I know the games were controversial, but I feel like the show even more so, people will be upset if they don't know that's coming. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you might be right.
I agree. For some reason, what's throwing me is like,
are you sure
it
about
sounds that? Like you don't. What's throwing me is how stupid you said it. Like you sounded
I agree,
dumb
but
talking.
you're actually an idiot is the problem. Like, I agree.
Hey,
Thomas, you suck.
You said it. Your words, not me. No, I just, for some reason, what threw me was the Game of Thrones comparison. I'm like, all right, Andrew, time to fake that you've watched or read any Game of Thrones.
Oh, got it.
But
So
I mean,
I haven't done it either. I'm on Twitter, so that was my
okay.
whole point
Yeah,
of
no,
reference.
people are gonna be.
It's like at the end of Game of Thrones. I feel like this isn't spoilers anymore because it's. But if you care, then spoiler alert for Game of Thrones. But like. There's like a big character twist that many people felt was not in line with one of the central characters of the show's like motivations or narrative after 8 seasons. And so they were like, this doesn't vibe because I feel like the character that you kind of, it's one of the ones you're rooting for, sort of a protagonistic character, makes a very like negative antagonistic decision. And The Last of Us, the twist at the end of The Last of Us or you know, that last scene is another kind of moment where you're like, oh, I don't know if I agree with Joel here. I don't know if this is the right call. I do think that it's like done a little differently, and it does feel, at least in the way that they're doing a good job in the show of like making it about their relationship and that being a big part of the narrative. And so so far, like knowing where it's going feels like it might be earned, but it still probably will piss people off because I think it's
I'm not saying the show will do it badly. I just think people have a hard time when like the protagonist does something really fucked up. Like I just think that
I think what's going to happen is people are going to just react stupidly like internet people.
Now, there's no precedent for that, Andrew. I don't know.
Okay, no. I gotta say this. You know who the real clickers are? People on the internet clicking on all sorts of links.
Dude.
You better. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
so that's
I think
my best joke.
It's really, but that's a good point, right? Because there are a lot of people watching this that didn't play the game, and they'll be floored, and they'll have those opinions. But it's just like, I feel, you know, because Game of Thrones, like, I think, like, Thomas, we're like the same age. Kevin, I'm going to just say we're the same age-ish. But,
we're all 15.
We're all 15. But, you know, it's like someone like Game of Thrones going through it, like, millennials were, like, more Gen Z age-ish. And then, so now, but like Gen Z, not to be like that fucker. And then also millennials, like we're all like lumped into it, but they just feel so intensely. They feel so intensely and they don't like character development. Or it's like, they don't like characters to be bad because then they're bad. And if you like them, you're a bad person. You're like, that's good writing.
I think
that is a big thing, yeah.
This
also,
feels a
you
little
are
bit like
that
getting
fucker,
old.
in my opinion.
Yeah. I was gonna say, firstly, you are that fucker. But no, I do think though, like I've been struggling with this over the last couple of years because I feel like I'm getting older, and one of the things that feels older, more mature about me is that like I don't care that much about most things that a lot of people seem to be invested in. And that sounds like I think it's important, but I also think that like a lot of people get really interested in like cutting down a certain, like villainizing seems to be like a big part of, if you don't like something or if someone's like ethically against something, even if they are bad people, I just am like, yeah, of course these people are Nazis and they suck. Let's move on. Like me sitting here and fucking yelling about it isn't going to do anything. And I feel like it doesn't, I don't know. I feel like weirdly like separated from like I just don't see a lot of benefit into like making an enemy right now.
You're dissociating.
Over the Last of Us.
Is that what's happening?
You think Joel is a real guy, and you're forgiving him for killing those doctors.
Wait, what?
Shit. Yeah. Imagine if I didn't know the ending
that's
and
an
you just spoiled it
interesting.
for me.
Yeah, interesting point. I wish I could say the same. I'm just as angry as I ever was, but I'm working on it.
What's true is I've reached Zen. I just don't care.
Yeah, that's impressive. Yeah, I want to backtrack and say it's like I am older, but I'm still angry.
Well, good for both of you. I just don't give a shit anymore. I think it's just like full blown apathy has taken over.
And that does explain the podcast and like. Yeah. No, it's very childish, but I wasn't going to say anything. Let's go to our first segment, the warm-up segment.
Yes. Let's spin a wheel. Let's see what happens on the wheel.
Woo!
That's a real wheel.
Oh, yeah.
Don't trust the bee in segment 21.
Don't trust the bee in segment 21.
You thought I'd say 23, didn't you? Well, I gotcha.
Did. Segment 21, Sturgess time. Read the plot synopsis of the film 21, starring Jim Sturgess, and discuss. Fuck Kevin Spacey is what it says here.
What the fuck? All right, let me pull this up here.
Yeah, would you do the honors, Thomas?
Now, the plot synopsis is 10 paragraphs long.
Oh my god. Okay, we're not going to read the whole plot.
Has anyone seen the movie 21?
I remember the movie 21. Do you remember it, Andrew?
No, I don't think I've ever heard of it.
21 was like a movie that Jim Sturgess had like 2 films come out in 1 year where he was a big hit. It was this and Across the Universe.
Oh yeah. I was like, why do I know his face?
Yeah. And
as Jude. Yeah,
he's Jude. But he in 21 he's a guy who can count cards really well. He has he's really good at mental math and some sort of specific kind of memory or something. So they take him to the casino and he starts counting cards, and then he gets mixed up in a I think his mentor is Kevin Spacey, but then I think there's Lawrence Fishburne is in it, and he plays this security guy who beats the shit out of him for counting cards and stuff. It's a really weird. I just remember it being this sort of Now You See Me prequel style. It's not related to the Now You See Me universe, which we all know and revere. But
I was going to say, I was
don't you better not be dissing Now You See Me too.
Electric Boogaloo, my favorite.
Yeah, but no.
Well, let me read some details from here because they do enrich the narrative a bit. So Ben Campbell, a mathematics major at MIT, is accepted into Harvard Medical School, but cannot afford the $300,000 tuition. He applies for the prestigious Robinson Scholarship, which would cover the entire cost. Despite having a great score, this is all about just nerds taking tests. He has a score of 44 on the MCAT.
No fucking way.
High grades, but he faces fierce competition and is told by the director that the scholarship... Wait, this is incredible. This is really in the plot synopsis. Told by the director that the scholarship will only go to whichever student dazzles him. I feel like that's not ethical.
I say that all the time. If I ever came into money, I would have a scholarship fund, but it would just be for I was write an essay, but you have to fucking wow me personally.
Yeah, impress me alone. Just me.
Sit in the office. They come in. I have one question for you. Dazzle me.
And they're like, that's a statement, and you go, you're in.
Yeah, you slide them a check for $1 million and you walk away.
But I
Jump
know
out the window.
if you're trying to get into Harvard Medical School and they're like, look,
You have
I'd
to
love to give
dazzle
you the
me.
scholarship. You definitely earned it.
Yeah.
I'd like it if you really blew my mind.
Yeah, my mother has a very important surgery coming up, and the doctor's like, don't worry, we're sending you to a specialist. He is, his grades in school were subpar, but wow, did he dazzle us? Like he blew us away. It's like, well, doing what? Like, did you fucking do a heist?
There are so many details in this about his grades. I just want to read a few more. Back at MIT, a professor, Mickey Rosa, challenges Ben with the Monty Hall problem. That's the one where the goat is behind one of the doors and you change your answer, which he solves. He solves the Monty Hall problem. After looking at Ben's 97% score on his latest nonlinear equations test, Mickey invites Ben to join the MIT blackjack team. So, who wrote this summary and is like, we got to get all these grades exact because these are incredible. Wow, 97% on a fake exam?
Someone claiming it's not believable or like authentic because he got 97 and you'd have to get a 98 to dazzle someone.
Wait a second. Whoa. So this is like a framing device, I think. Because at the end, the film ends with Ben recounting the tale to the dazzled scholarship director.
Oh my god.
Dazzled and dumbfounded.
Yeah. It comes full circle. I mean,
so in a way, he does dazzle though.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
What would you say is the most dazzling blackjack set of cards you could get? Because obviously 21 you're winning, but I'm not dazzled.
You mean like
I thought you meant like the cards themselves, like the prettiest cards that dazzle.
Sure.
Oh, you are. You're like the artwork.
Yeah. What you mean, like the way the cards are manufactured, Thomas? Like
bicycle. What do we like?
Okay, I'm thinking it's the ones your fucking uncle brings to you because he came from a trip but forgot to give you a present, and you picked him up on the airport.
Yeah. And they're from your local airport.
Like, yeah, it's they had landed. They weren't leaving. They had landed,
and
it's like, hey,
where they came from.
These enjoy these Cincinnati playing cards.
Yeah,
or
wow.
like
Hamilton,
it's from like
Ontario.
a stopover. Like it's not where you are currently, but it's like where they did a changeover in their flight. Yeah. Something they got from duty free.
Your husband just cheated on you if he comes home and gives you a big deck of playing cards that he bought at the airport.
They could have been the fanciest playing cards. I still think he cheated on me.
Yeah.
You can't buy me off with these aces.
A deck full of aces. Okay, now I'm a little
deck possible.
I'm a little more intrigued.
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna fuck your husband for a deck full of aces.
Did you guys ever see the movie Smokin' Aces?
I did.
No.
Yeah. I that movie, and also, do you remember the movie The Losers? That was like sort of like similar. See, no one. Fuck this fucking movie.
You
keeps
said
coming
you
up.
never got angry about stuff. You're so pissed.
Fuck, dude. I'm fucking zen as shit right now. Yeah, no, like I just remember these like sort of like sea-level action movies coming out, and The Losers was one of them. And I brought it up recently, and other people also didn't remember that it ever existed, and it made me feel real fucking stupid, and I got mad there too. So
I wish I could have been told about the audition call because I'm a shoo-in.
Speaking of audition call, I hear that
Wait, you can't say this.
Okay.
Because we're not allowed to announce the casting yet.
Okay.
So
then
speaking of audition call,
nothing.
To be continued.
Yeah. And also, let's go to an ad break, maybe.
I will be starring in the film The Loser 2. All the other losers have been cut, but I'm there.
Yeah, exactly.
It's me and Sturgess. Back together.
You and Sturgy.
And on the poster, I'm a Jack and he's a freaking ace.
Fuck off, man. I don't know why, but fuck off, dude.
Have you seen my linear algebra test? It's pretty good.
Dude, have you seen my times test from 2nd grade? I solved it in under a minute.
That is a funny thing in the movie Inception when he's like, if you can draw a maze that's really hard, then you can be a dream weaver. I always thought that was like too low a bar. Like,
I think people do that by accident a lot. Like, I think, like when you're on the phone, you just accidentally doodle that, and then just an architect or whatever they called it. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Kevin. You wanted to do an ad break.
I did, but you just stopped me.
Go.
Webster's Dictionary defines podcast as a domesticated odd-toed hoofed mammal with a great affinity for oats.
That's a horse.
Right.
But we are a podcast, and we're called Roommate Lovers.
We do advice questions, things like, why is my roommate using my toothbrush?
How do I flirt without being creepy?
And why did you use my toothbrush?
I told you I couldn't find mine.
Gross.
We live together, and we are together, which is why the show is called Roommate Lovers. Get it?
Find new episodes of Roommate Lovers on Mondays, wherever you podcast.
Now that's a podcast of a different color.
You mean horse?
Yarp.
Well, I think we're back. Is that right?
I'm so hungry. Oh,
you did this last episode. Stop it. Eat before we record or something.
Oh.
Don't. Oh, what is this new bit where every time we take an ad break? What happened in the ad break?
Andrew, Kevin's been freaking choking me out of the food. You gotta help.
I advocate for couples to solve their own problems.
Couples? No.
Problems.
Pairings. It's 2 of you. It's a couple.
That's true.
Yeah, but I'm still pissed about it.
Now I need you to read into that, Kevin. So not only are you not introduced as his friend, he doesn't view you in a coupling format.
I wouldn't even say we're 2 people.
No, yeah. One of us for sure. Human being, person. Thomas recognizes their, sovereignty and agency.
It's on his resume. Thomas, human person.
Human person, yeah. On
A
mine,
guy.
it says, ask Thomas Doles. See Thomas Doles. Yeah. No, it's true. Edgar, you're not Edgar.
Andrew.
Oh, but he is. Oh, I do love Edgar.
Yeah.
We did have Edgar on, and I told Kevin that you 2 were friends, which is probably why he just made that.
This is gonna make Edgar's
embarrassing
day.
gap.
Yeah. To make you feel any better, your audio sounds better than Edgar's did.
Yeah, Edgar really sucks. As a human.
Yeah. Not in terms of recording quality.
No,
just
his
like
recording
as a guy.
quality is fine, but it did sound bad because of who he was as a person.
Yeah. What's weird is that's Edgar's voice. That wasn't his microphone. He just sounds muffled.
He sounds
face
tinny.
to face.
Oh man, Andrew. Fun fact. Before I ask you this, I used to be like back when like hip hop forums were like a thing in like the early days of the internet. I used to do a lot of like hip hop collaborations with people on forums as a rapper. And you look like an Andrew that I used to work with a lot. But I'm guessing your last name is not Rodriguez. So
correct.
No, yeah. So unfortunately,
Andrew is a drummer and a musician though.
Oh well, there we go. He's picking up his camera and
he just walks out.
He's going on the bus.
Him.
Yeah. He's catching the green line. What did you try to show just now, Andrew? Because you just kind of picked it up and then I think he may have even disconnected.
I think he unplugged his mic when he picked it up, maybe. No, we can't hear you.
Yeah, no, you're now no longer. Oh, hold on, wait, you're muted on StreamYard. Wait. Oh no, I can't unmute you because you don't have a mic yet, according to StreamYard. This is great.
This is unprecedented. Just when we thought Edgar's audio was bad.
This is what you.
No, you know what's fucking amazing?
Oh,
wait,
yeah,
you're back. You're back.
Yeah, we just got done talking about how great my audio is because I tried to show you my drum set. my piano, my
Very
drum
cool.
set,
Oh,
and then so I unplugged my mic as I did that. So the last like 30 seconds, it doesn't matter.
Talking mad horrible shit about us the whole time.
I know.
Just like,
So, but now at least it'll all link up. Who cares?
yeah, it should be fine. So Andrew, you have a segment for us, I think.
Oh, and holy shit, this is gonna blow your mind. Oh god, I want to make sure I don't fuck this up. All these things, I'm just like,
don't worry, it's too late. You already did. Like,
hey,
it's not gonna...
I need you to know though that my audio with the cutting out and stopping still better than Edgar's.
Honestly,
that is
yes.
true. Yeah.
So,
Sorry.
yeah,
Great guest. Would love to have him back.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. This segment is, and this is so serendipitous that you brought up your collaborating, because this is called Supergroup, and I'm gonna give you 2 artists or like groups, and you're gonna tell me what their band name is, like what the genre is, and like list what their first hit single would be.
Okay, cool.
I love it.
All right.
Is this like based on what we know about the artists as actual artists, or is it more like in line with like what the names are giving us?
I would like to hear like from the first one, like what you know of the artists.
You got
Yeah, and feel free to do as many or as few as you want.
What's the title of this segment?
Oh, it's Supergroup.
Oh, great.
There we go. Perfect.
I told you, it is not clever. It's just what it is.
That worked for me.
All right, so your first 2 artists are Tom DeLonge of Blink-182
Okay.
and Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Oh, damn.
So Tom DeLonge is like the whiny one, right? He's like the one who's like, don't waste your time on me, right? That's Tom DeLonge, right? Yeah. Okay, and so he's like the one who's like into like alien conspiracies and
Correct.
maybe not conspiracies, but like alien research and like all that stuff and like.
So I think, so they would have to have a band together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who's
Let me
Mozart?
think about yeah. Sorry, I've never heard of that guy.
Wolfgang.
So I think
Wolfgang Amadeus Mozart.
Odd Future.
We would have to call it Blink 1768.
Yeah,
the year that Mozart was writing.
Yeah. Mozart's not the one who cut his ear off, right? That's Beethoven.
Neither
it's
of them.
Van Gogh, the painter.
You're so dumb. You're so dumb.
Wait, one of them was fucking deaf, though, right?
Yeah,
Beethoven went deaf.
He didn't cut his ear off.
I don't fucking know. Isn't there a pianist who cut his ear off?
Wait, I have a pretty offensive idea for a song that they would create together.
Yeah, what is it?
Take off your pants and jacket in A minor.
Oh!
Damn, that is clever and Mozart. Bad.
It's kind of stolen from a Bo Burnham joke, so I can't take all the credit, but it felt like a good combo of the two.
Yeah, wow, that was pretty good.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah.
What a super group. All right. Okay, how about
2 guys? That's another couple. Yeah.
All right, how about
Are you coming up with these as like?
Yeah, I'm doing this right now.
Planned out. Oh, okay.
Great.
No.
So you can also give input then, Andrew, since you don't have like any foresight here.
Oh yeah, no foresight. Sorry. That was a good one.
That's the end of the segment.
Oh man, I need to give you at least 2 more. Sorry, I had like
this is great.
I had some good ideas and then they all left me because I got nervous with that audio fuck up.
Oh man.
Okay, how about Yoko Ono and Kendrick Lamar?
Oh, very good.
Wow, that's a good one. Yeah, because like Yoko's music, I feel like it was like super experimental. Is that right? Like, was Yoko Ono like pretty like it's pretty out there, like avant-garde style?
Whereas Kendrick's is like feel good, like upbeat kind of pop music.
The benefit
so,
is they're both sort of weird. Like Kendrick does like doing some pretty like out there stuff. Like, you know, like I feel like it would be like him like rapping at like rapping into like a bag of rats that he found on the subway or something, and being like that would be like the way that it would manifest. It would just be like him doing some like weird performance art versions of the recording. Think like Nick Cave. But what
so
would
I
they be
guess
called?
the group would be called Good Yoko Mad Ono.
All right, starting off strong.
Yoko Mad. Oh no.
I got a swimming pool of perfume and a dive in. Because wasn't she obsessed with perfume, or was that just a Simpsons joke? I don't know.
I don't know. I have no idea. I know very little about Yoko Ono. Yeah.
She ruined the damn Beatles. I know that much. And I'll never forgive her for it.
Is that just like a misogynistic take? Or is it?
Yeah, I think she actually provided a lot of support for John, and who was an abuser. But she ought to stay away from my boys, the Beatles.
Yeah.
What would their hit song be called? I mean, I already did a Good Kid, Mad City pun, but
I think like because like it definitely would have to make use of like brackets. Like I feel like Kendrick Lamar often has like songs that are like titled and then they have like another title too, and I feel like that also fits with like the experimentation. And so like I feel like the first one would be if it is actually Kendrick Lamar like rapping into a bag of rats, for example.
Sure.
I think it would maybe be called like Passion in all caps, kind of like the Damn titles used to be, but then in brackets it would have like a long actual description of what Kendrick Lamar was physically doing, professing extended lyrics into bag filled with live rodents, or something like that. So that's their first hit song.
No, that sounds like something I would have played on my master's recital. That sounds great. Hell yeah. Passion, art, high art.
It definitely has a period at the end of the title too.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think your A minor one was better, but this wasn't bad.
Oh yeah. To be clear,
Yeah.
I came up with that one, and Kevin came up with this one. So
a human came up with one of them.
Yeah, and this fucking AI really nailed this section.
I am just a robot in a body. I'm AI. You ever seen me and AI in the same room?
Oh, if y'all maybe combine then for this third one. All right. Tyler the Creator and Dolly Parton.
Oh man.
Goblin 925.
Goblin 925.
Is that their first song or the name of the group?
The first song.
Okay, that's the first song.
That's the hit
Goblin
song.
925.
Man, that's a good one.
We
should convert the Odd Future Wolfgang Kill Them All into Dolly Parton
Dolly
words.
Parton is
So it's like Southern Blonde, big tits,
Southern Blonde,
lots
big
of love.
tits, lots of love. Southern Blonde, big tits, lots of love. Right?
Is that?
Right.
I feel like I've degraded two women, and I feel bad for it. But Dolly Parton does famously have.
You could call it like you could be like. I mean, she's also there's lots you could say about Dolly Parton. She was like a pretty big. Oh no, I'm getting her mixed up with somebody else. She was a pretty big like activist though, right? Is that true?
So she was sort of like a working class hero, but then she did that Squarespace ad where she was like working 5 to 9, and everyone got mad at her because she was like hustle grind culture, which brings us back to that stupid thing I said at the beginning.
Yeah, Dolly Parton ain't been tired a day in her damn life.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I think that it still works. I mean, we could just use the acronym, and then I feel like
So yeah, Tyler the Creator, more like Dolly the Hypocrite.
Also, Tyler the Creator is not like it's not like he's void of having misogynistic content in his music.
I've never noticed any of that. Maybe his music's ironic, so it would have to be her music ironic, sort of like in that. So she'd be really homophobic.
He would probably call it like
privately.
Jerkin 9 to 5 or something.
That's good. Yeah.
Jerkin 9 to 5, and it's all about masturbating. Is his music still about jerking off and being pubescent?
It's changed.
It's
Is it just about the Grinch now?
That's right.
Same thing, really, but yeah.
He did the soundtrack to the recent animated Grinch movie.
Yeah, not a lot of people are talking about it.
It honestly slapped. Yeah, it was really good.
He's a mean one.
The Grinch talks to his therapist, and it's just his voice, but deeper.
Played by Jim Carrey for some reason.
Honestly, I feel like Tyler would crush a Dr. Seuss movie just because of all the internal rhyming and stuff.
Yeah.
It sounds so cool. Be like, Cindy Lou Who coming at you. Like, I could see.
I'm a hop on pop, hop on pop, hop on pop. Yeah.
Just all of them eating roaches and stuff.
Hell yeah.
That's true. It's true.
Well, this has been a great
was a
segment.
hell
Did
of
we
a segment.
satisfy your needs, Andrew? I feel
I'm placated for sure.
good for the time being.
You really don't show joy.
Yeah.
I told
the
you
happiest I've ever seen you.
I told you I'm tired.
That time you said it kind of mean.
Yeah, you.
Because I'm angry. I also told you that too.
Oh shit!
Yeah, you
He's
did tell us two
zen too.
emotions:
He's zen
tired and
too.
angry.
No, that was good.
Yeah, I actually think that was a really good idea for a segment. You didn't give yourself enough credit. We had a great time.
That was fucking dope.
Oh, great. I don't want to show how to do the magic trick, but in running with the theme of me being tired because I'm doing everything so last minute because I'm just not planning my life well right now.
Yeah,
but I was playing some video games and it was 2:45. I'm like, oh shit, I need to think of something.
And the game you were playing was
you thought
Rock
of
Band.
What? Yeah. Well, no. This is what happened, right? Because he's playing Kingdom Hearts.
Yeah.
And he sees a game where two different things are combined into something greater than the sum of their parts. Goofy and Sephiroth. And you're like, I know what to do.
Disney lore and Final Fantasy lore, right?
Oh man, yeah. Well, thank you, Square.
No, that was fire. It was fire. I think we've got time to whip that wheel around the corner. Don't you think so, T? So
do.
Shall we give her a spin-a-rooney and see what
Let's give
happens?
it a spin. Here we go. Woo! $87.
87. Sports. Participants discuss a shared interest / passion in the style of stereotypical sports broadcasters.
Oh, I love that. That's fun. That's
That's
an
cool.
improv game.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I thought we were going to talk about. I thought it was just going to be sports. Talk about
Three
sports.
of us
Would
are
be
like
pretty
flop
funny for the
sweat,
three
like
of us.
so
Yeah,
anxious.
trying so hard to fucking talk about.
Do you
What's
know,
going on with Tom
just real
Brady?
quick, this reminds me of a funny thing, Andrew. Do you remember Frankie from LOL? Do you know him?
Oh, of course I do.
Yeah. So
The man that knows sports.
Yeah, he loves sports, and he always shows up in like a Buffalo Bills jersey. And my dad's from Buffalo, so one time I was like, "Go Bills!" And he was like, "Oh, are you a fan?" And I was like, "Well, not really, but like my dad, my dad's from there, so I support the team." And he was like, "Well, like how much of a fan are you?" And I was like, "I really not really,
How much of
And
a
he was
fucking
like,
fan of you?
"Well, no," but he was like, "Okay, who's the quarterback?" And I couldn't name the quarterback, and I was like, "Okay, I'm not a fan. I guess you won." Like,
I don't know, man.
What did you get from this interaction, Frankie?
You humiliated me in front of my boys.
Now I have to go through the rest of this improv rehearsal with my head between my legs.
The one place where I feel like a badass.
I felt so cool.
So just to repeat, you said we pick something that we're genuinely interested in, and then we talk about it like a sports announcer.
Yeah, that's right.
Cool.
But it's
So
all
is
of
there
us
something-
mutually deciding on a thing, right?
Yeah, I think that.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, we can
Like,
pick
we
a,
can do like
a
we're like an
shared
ESPN
topic.
roundtable kind of discussion.
Yeah.
But about something that we all have shared passions about. Thomas, you know the both of us probably the best. So, in the sense that like I don't really know Andrew at all,
And I know Kevin too well.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Andrew has a weirdly intimate knowledge of my personal life. But
I sent him all the Cliff Notes.
oh yeah,
Yes.
thank you. Yeah,
He knows
Thank you
every
for that.
trauma.
yeah. Good.
Well, I don't know. I mean, we know we're all into video games. That has come up.
Yeah.
We've already talked music. Is there a video game? I guess that's maybe too close to sports is the thing. Is there anything that you're just like kind of into right now, Andrew, that you think would be fun to talk about?
Yeah. We could also just talk about it. It doesn't have to be like we don't have to be like as.
No,
knowledgeable
we'll
or-
make it sports. So I just
Yeah.
think we got to
Yeah.
find it.
Oh God. This is when it would really help to be passionate about anything.
Wait, you are like Kevin.
Yeah, you are Zen. Holy shit! You don't get angry about everything.
I didn't
Yeah.
tell you my third emotion is Zen. I'm
Apathy?
tired, I'm angry, and I'm Zen.
That's
And
my
it's-
secret cap.
I'm always Zen.
the Incredible Hulk who never gets angry.
He just gets crushed by the
He's just he's just a
thing
regular
squishes
scientist
him.
forever.
Yeah, that's my secret grab. I'm always Zen. He just punches it, breaks his hand, gets murdered by the big beast. Yeah, yeah.
God, yeah. I'm blanking on, like, literally all I can think of was like, well, we talked about The Last of Us a bit.
Hey,
We could do I mean, we've already spoiled it, but we could do a like
We also don't have to spoil it.
could we do like a prestige TV roundtable, like we're sportscasters, so we talk about like
Oh
the
yeah,
hottest shows, or is that too broad?
I think that works.
Also,
How,
are we like commentating like we're watching it live, or are we just like doing a recap like The Talking Dead, but with like John Madden?
I don't. When I was writing this, I don't remember what I was thinking.
Well, we can decide now.
Yeah,
What sounds more fun?
I think it's probably fun to have a round table that's just like you'd see on those networks. That's maybe because like commentating it would be tough without actually like having a point to draw on, a point of reference. You know.
Okay. Great.
I
So
think it'll be
let's. Do we want to do Prestige? Do we want to just do Last of Us?
I'm a dumb big stupid boy, so I don't
You're
know
your own harshest critic.
I don't know TV as well as
Andrew,
like
you are giving yourself no fucking credit, dude.
just
Let's,
like
do Last of Us. I feel like that we know the story. We clearly
Yeah.
all know.
So if you're
it'll be-
watching The Last of
yeah.
Us right now and you don't want the TV show spoiled for you, I genuinely
you should have turned this
recommend-
off. like,
Yeah, you fucked
30
up already.
minutes ago when we
but-
spoiled it the first time.
But it's gonna get worse, I bet. So yeah, if that was the one thing holding you onto this show, carry on, my wayward son.
what's your favorite aspect about the podcast? Well, they don't talk about The Last of Us.
That's for sure. Yeah.
They never spoil my favorite shows. That's what I like. Yeah. Are we all passionate about
All right,
Seinfeld?
and welcome back to the Last of Us Round Table. This has been an incredible season so far. We're going to go over to you, Chuck, and check in with how Joel is doing.
Well, thanks so much for stepping in. Chuck is me. And let me tell you about Joel. Joel is, well, he's having a rough go of it. Things were not looking good in the latter part of the things that just started going down. If I could bring it on to fucking... Oh, no, I'm not going to say what I was
Can't
going to say.
swear on live TV, Chuck. Let's
Yeah.
go over to Bill.
Yeah, hi. So I'm feeling like one of the things I'm not seeing a lot of talk about yet is the representation of exactly how many clickers we're losing every single time this show comes on the air. How many different infected people we are. How many bodies are hitting the floor. You know, the statistics, the numbers, they're adding up. And that's not looking good for the clickers. Okay?
I got a second what Larry's saying. You know, a lot of the critics are giving a lot of flack for episode 3 because it went too into a very established relationship that was set up in the video game. Yet they're not getting upset that we aren't spending 5 hours of camera time watching clickers and sneaking around corners. What do you got to say about that?
Listen, if you're watching this show and you think that we're not going to lose a few clickers, what? You watch football, you expect a traumatic brain injury or two. That's just how it works. We're going to lose clickers, we're going to play a good game. That's how The Last of Us works.
That's part of the game, but I do think that one of the things that's a benefit is that we don't always see that happening. We see some good things happening. We see good life being made out there. We see people understanding how to survive, and that's something you need, because if you're out there and you're trying to fight off a horde of zombies and stacking up those numbers are what we like to see here, stacking those up and making those clickers really feel the pressure, then I think you got to share those kind of victories with somebody. And you can't share those victories with just anybody. You got to share them with people you care about. If you don't have those, you got nothing. Clickers don't have those. Fuck the clickers. I mean, I forgot this is so televised. I have just passion.
We're going to go back over to Chuck because no one can keep their profanity under control.
Hey, I'm actually really excited. I'm standing here on the sidelines with Craig Mazin, who wrote the TV adaptation. Craig, how do you feel your portrayal of Joel is coming across now in the latter parts of the show?
I love it. He's cool.
Craig, I noticed you have a raging erection while you're talking about Joel. Is there a particular reason about this, or...
Joel is a very handsome man. He misses his daughter.
So you do know that Joel is not real. Are you talking perhaps about Pedro Pascal, or do you truly mean Joel?
Joel is my friend.
All right, if we can take it back to Larry, I need to find a safe space.
Yeah, if you feel unsafe, there are numbers you can call. We like to see those numbers stacking up, so make sure you call a number to make yourself feel safe if you see Craig Mason. No shade to Craig Mason, who's probably a fine dude. Probably doesn't want to.
That is the end of our segment. We broke character because we got insecure that Craig Mason might be offended by our podcast.
You know what? He's out there. He's listening.
Yeah.
That man directed superhero
is?
movie. He directed superhero movie, okay?
His middle initial is
Yes.
A.
He also directed
Mason.
Scary Movie 3 and 4, I think.
Scary Movie 3 was the best one.
What if he might find out about this episode if he's anything like Usher, just Googling his own name, looking for the next Justin Bieber.
I would take so far our formula has been that if we can get people who are big on a certain platform, we will then fail on that platform. So we got like a TikTok kind of viral star, and then it was the worst performing TikTok we ever put out, and to promote that show. And so I'm hoping that if we can successfully tank our hopes and dreams by getting like big film stars and theatrical stars.
Well, HBO wanted, they were thinking about previewing the podcast for a limited series, but it seems like that's not going to happen anymore because we dissed Neil Duckman in a previous episode, and now Craig A. Mazin in this episode. We're just taking down the creators one at a time.
Yeah, gunning for their necks, as it were.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear that you could have had a thriving podcast, but
yeah.
Instead,
we are on a sinking ship, Andrew. But
and I've never been happier.
Yeah, a musician like in the Titanic to play us down.
Yeah. And you know it's perfect because you know who likes to flee sinking ships? Rats. Can pop those suckers in a bag. Give them to Kendrick.
Oh, he's gonna
very
be good.
Bars.
Full circle.
Yeah, we're there.
He's just spitting bars in this bag of rats as it's going down. You're like Kendrick. We have ample lifeboats, and he's just like, no,
I got loyalty, got royalty inside my DNA. Just
doing his old shit into the bag. Just spitting his old stuff into this bag of rats as the ship sinks. Please, sir. Please. You're so rich and famous.
Very good. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for coming on. This episode was not as bad as you warned us it would be, and for that I'm grateful. Is there anything that you would like to plug?
Oh, I'm in Baby Wants Candy in Hamilton, so if you're in Chicago, check those out. And I just literally read an email that I got in this new show that's going to go up at The Annoyance with AI? I have no idea. But so keep an eye out for whatever that is. I'll potentially be in it.
Great. Can't
Awesome.
wait to see it.
That
Kevin
sounds
is
great.
AI, so he'll be there.
Kevin's actually writing it. I forgot to say
I'm glad to know that I'm glad to hear we're doing a show together. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time, and I know in your diary journals that I've been poring over that this has been a long time coming. So
Yeah.
I know you intimately.
I've been coming for a long time.
It's a medical condition.
Yeah. Some people don't last long in bed, but Kevin comes for a really long time. Like, the sex part is short, but it takes forever.
45 minutes of coming.
It's just like it's just picture. It's like oh, it's like you hooked up with Kevin. How was it? Oh well, he like came in like 30 seconds. Oh wow, you guys only did it for 30 seconds. It's like no, we did it for like another 15 minutes.
We were up all night, but he came for 3 hours.
It was rough because after, like, he stopped crying after the first hour. Thank God.
I started with crying and then I accepted.
It was a beautiful arc.
Yeah.
Honestly, kind of like The Last of Us.
Stop! You're giving Craig Mazin ideas.
Kevin's got a freaking mushroom head down there. Anyway, this has been Oops All Segments. Let's do our outro. I'm Thomas. That's Kevin. If you like the show, you can like and subscribe and go on YouTube. Watch the
mom did
video
on iTunes. Yeah.
If you want to see Andrew's drum set, you can watch the video and know what he was doing while we couldn't hear him. Also, we have something called bio.site/ just a second, please. We have something called bio.site/oopsallsegments. That's where you can submit your segment ideas. We never get any submissions. How dare you? And we have another podcast called What We Do in the Basement. It's a D&D show hosted by Kevin DMing, and it's very fun.
Yeah, it's a good time. You should check it out, folks, if you haven't already. Once again, thank you so much to Andrew for coming on the show and spinning the wheel with us. And
I'm so glad y'all had me.
Yeah. We will see you beautiful folks we won't see you, but you'll hear us next week for another episode of Oops All Segments. Bye.
Bye.